Hey everyone. It is Kate Weatherwise, your favorite weather girl, coming to you on December 21st, 2025. It is 3:45 on the Pacific Coast. It is 6:45 p.m. on the East Coast, and we're going to be talking about Christmas week weather because it is Christmas week. Christmas is in 4 days, and there's going to be a lot of traveling. There's already been a lot of traveling. Now, I'm going to stay focused on the areas of the country where there's going to be the most weather that could affect your travel, could affect your time getting from point A to point B. And that is looking more and more like the East Coast and the West Coast. The center part of the country is going to stay relatively quiet, but if you're looking out beyond Christmas and into the beginning of next week, the 28th, 29th time frame, model after model is consistently showing a system that comes in from the Pacific Coast, migrates its way over to the center part of the country, and sort of just blows up. Now, I'm talking about this now because I'm seeing this being persistent over model runs, and it hasn't really stopped and it hasn't really died out. It's actually has gained a decent amount of strength. Now, I will continue to talk about it as long as it stays, robust. But if it may move here and there as far as timing is concerned, but it's really staying, and it looks like it's going to bring a lot of wind and a lot of snow to the upper Midwest, and then a lake effect snow event as it moves past and heads into the Mid-Atlantic, with a trailing cold front that's going to bring some potentially severe weather to the south and the southeast on or around the 28th of December. So I'll continue to talk about that. I'm not going to really focus on that, and I may show it on the model that I am going to show you, but I'm not going to really focus on it because it is 8 days away. But if it continues to stay on with each run and being persistent and all of that, then I'll continue to talk about it. But let's go over to the satellite imagery right now. This is what we're looking at for the country is concerned. Now, what I'm focusing on this segment right now is the California, northern and central parts of California, where this is the latest focus area of rain that is coming in from the coast, and it has created an atmospheric river situation for them. There are flood watches and flood warnings up and down the entire state of California, and it's going to stay this way for the whole week of Christmas week, and with persistent rain and persistent flooding, and especially in Northern California. And then, as we'll see when I take us to the model runs, the atmospheric river sort of migrates south and then migrates back north. So this area is just going to see lots and lots of rain this week. Seattle area, you got it the past 2 weeks and you're still cleaning up from it. You're still going to see some rain this week, but it's going to be normal rain that you get this time of year with mountain snow. But it still can give you a little bit of PTSD from what you experienced over the past 2 weeks, where it was just, you were just inundated with rain and wind and just like, what is going on? So, and this atmospheric river is pushing the clouds from it are pushed inland a little bit, and it's squeezing out some snow over in North Idaho and over into Montana, enough to put out a winter weather advisory for this area for tonight above about 3,500 feet, with a good amount of snow at Lookout Pass. And Lookout Pass is the pass that borders Idaho and Montana. And so this is where I'm focusing on right now. And then we also have some snow that has formed and is falling over in Pennsylvania, northern Pennsylvania, and into New York, those snow showers that are coming in with these northwest winds, and it's obviously cold enough. It's December. So let's go over to, this is the rapid refresh model that takes us out to about early Tuesday morning. But as you can see, this is the rain, southern Oregon, northern California, some snow in the mountains, some snow into the Boise area of Idaho. And as we move forward in time, this rain just keeps coming in more and more and more. Some rain also is falling in western Washington and comes over into eastern Washington. But this atmospheric river situation starts to migrate south a little bit, and then it starts to go back north a little bit. This is San Francisco area, and then it goes back north a little bit. But overall, this whole area is going to see rain pretty much all week long. And as I mentioned, there's flood watches and flood warnings for the whole state of California. And this is snow in the mountains, which they need snow. They need lots of snow and rain in the lowlands. So that is a good sight for them in the mountains. In the lowlands, you aren't going to get a deluge, but you are going to see rain over Christmas week. Now, the next focus is this system right here in the mid-Atlantic. You guys are going to see some rain and or snow in and around. Let me zoom in a little bit here so we can get a better look. This is from December 23rd into Christmas Eve. This system snow that comes in from the upper Midwest and into New York, Pennsylvania, and then another little low forms, and it's right on the border between the cooler air and the warmer air. Rain, but then also perhaps maybe rain snow mix for northeastern Maryland into northern Delaware, central and northern Pennsylvania, or central and northern New Jersey, and then of course up into the northeast, you're going to see some system snow from this as well. And this takes us through until early Tuesday morning. So I'm going to flip us over to the European model, which handles these things fairly well. And it still shows that band of precipitation moving here through the mid-Atlantic region on Tuesday morning, December 23rd, and then some snow up north. And then you can see the colder air is staying further north right now through Christmas. I've talked about this. I'm sure there's many people who have talked about this. Majority of the country is going to be warm for Christmas Day. Down south, you're going to be wearing shorts. Up north, you're not going to be wearing shorts, but it is going to be warmer than what you're typically used to. Now, as we go forward in time, another system comes in to California. This is Tuesday night. And this system over here is exiting. It's actually gaining a little bit of strength as it moves through. But California, again, this whole area, the whole state pretty much is just going to be rain. So heavy rain and then maybe some snow above 6,000 feet in the mountains. And then this system also brings in some rain with mountain snow on Christmas Eve afternoon. And then another system comes into California on Christmas Day. This system, as it traverses inland, it brings a little bit of snow to Wyoming and Montana and perhaps my neck of the woods on late night, Christmas night into the day after Christmas. But this is a system this is not the system that I'm talking about with that is consistently blowing up, staying robust on the models. But this system too is a decent system the day after Christmas, and it's going to bring. Now this pink is a little questionable because that could be ice. This could be ice mixed with sleet, and this pink right here. This pink right here could be some ice. There could be some ice mixed in here as well. Or just mixed precipitation with sleet and things like that. And then snow as we get into the northeast, and then rain down south. So this is going to be a rainmaker for you. Even in northwest lower Michigan, you may get some mixed precipitation, but the warm air at this point is pushing really far north, so it's not going to be super cold for you all. And then this system exits. This is the next system that starts out on the coast and then comes inland, and it brings with it this low started all the way out here and then traversed its way over to here. So this is Saturday night, December 27th at 10 p.m. And you can see this trailing front coming down here. Ahead of the warm front, behind it is the cold front with the cold air plunging down from Canada. And then this really gets going Sunday night, the 28th, Sunday morning, the 28th. And this system just trails off, bringing with it some potential for severe weather. So Saturday night into Sunday morning. And then behind it, wind. This time it's going to be so warm, so far north, that the snow is going to stay up in Canada until the low passes, and that those northwest winds come out and bring in the lake effect snow behind it into Michigan and the favored areas that get lake effect snow from northwest winds after its passage. And you can see the very close together isobars. That means wind, wind, wind. This is during the day, Sunday into Sunday night. And then the cold air behind it. More snow, more lake effect snow on the 29th of December. And then if we go back out here to the Pacific Northwest, the more rain. The warm sector comes back north for the Pacific Northwest, and even for the mountains, there's going to be some snow, but the snow levels are going to be so high. And then just rain. So this goes out into the 30th. I did a video on what the weather is going to look like for the majority of the country through the end of the year. So basically until the 31st of December. So that big storm I wanted to focus on, and this creates a nice trough here in the east with that low that exits out into Canada, out and then out over the ocean, and then warm here in the west with mainly rain coming in for the end of the year. So, and then it looks like California is going to get a break from all the rain, which is nice. They'll be going through some major cleanup, I'm sure. We'll hear reports of what all is happening in California this week, I'm sure. So, and then the cold weather comes back in by the end of the year for the Pacific Northwest into Montana. And then we get a trough in the west, we get an amplitude in the center part of the country, and we get another trough in the east. So it's going to get interesting. But at Christmas time this week, like I said, west coast, east coast, see a little bit of action. Center of the country is pretty quiet. And it's pretty flat. The jet stream is pretty flat. I talked about that as well in previous videos. And then we have some colder air sneaking back in that will bring that system into the upper Midwest around the 27th, 28th to 29th of December. So that's going to be one that I watch this week and will continue to talk about to all of you. But that is the forecast for Christmas week for the entire country, focusing on the areas that are seeing the most weather, the most activity. And I will keep an eye on everything, of course, and be back with more weather videos. And if you got through to the end of this one, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is a passion of mine. It has been my entire life. And I have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge, and I love sharing it with all of you. So if you would please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel so Kate Weatherwise can become a household name. That is my goal. To have that become a household name. So, all right, guys, that's it for now. Keep watching. I'll be back with more. And this is Kate Weatherwise saying bye for now.